SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Okay, should we start the show with the famous LSU fan cheer, or should we just start throwing bottles at the camera? Which one?
Don't do neither.
Which one? The fan cheer or bottle?
I'm not going to participate in either.
You're not participating, as LSU fans should not be
not
participating, by the way.
Oh, my goodness.
Clearly, Horseshoe Lake Charles likes what we do here.
They do. We still
But if we start
they do.
chanting that chant and
no.
throwing bottles, they're not going to like that too
Let's
much.
talk about it. And we obviously have to choose our words carefully.
Carefully.
You know, it's been going on LSU
For years.
25 years.
Yeah, for years.
All right. Pat
McAfee.
on
College
game
day,
day.
ESPN.
All right, he's playing to the crowd. He's heard about
He does
this
it every week, though,
chant.
Scooter. You know that.
Well, you know, which,
does it every week.
Bleep,
okay.
bleep, bleep. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. All right. So he's playing to the crowd, and of course all the kids jump up and they say the vow. I'm certainly no prude, and I can live with that. But somebody from ESPN should have told him after the second time he did it, maybe, okay, little sophomoric, harmless sophomoric humor.
Bring it down.
Okay, but because he was enticing them, and they must have done it a dozen times.
Yeah, they did.
during
They
the-
did.
Something
Well, they
tells
did
me-
it when Kelly was on. He did it when Kelly was on.
Something tells me Nick Saban is just putting up with it. I don't know if he likes that whole center thing around McAfee.
yeah.
Well, we're off in the weeds as we open up the show.
We are.
We got more
That
LSU
was-
coming up in
yes,
just
we
a bit.
do.
We got McNeese returning to the football field, and how about those McNeese basketballers? We'll get more
gonna
into
be
their
good.
loss.
They're-
It was a loss.
They're gonna be
but
good,
it was
though.
it was a damn good loss at number
Yeah,
2
to a good
Alabama. So
team.
we'll get that. All right.
Had
And
2
yes,
days to think about it.
yeah, and
It
then-
wasn't even a loss.
Oh, okay. And then we got some people out on the limb on a national basis, a former NFL coach propping up Deion Sanders as the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's later on in the show. That'll
Well,
be
I
fun.
I don't
All
think
right.
McCarthy is going to be there, but I don't think Deion's going to be the
Well,
next coach.
okay.
Spoiler
I don't
alert,
think he's gonna
it's
be
not
there.
happening.
The
Okay.
entire state of Louisiana could still be in mourning over this dubious 29-point loss to Alabama.
Rick.
Guys, it's a loss. I get it. It's just how they lost and how they looked and how awful it was
Look.
after an open date. After a 2-week open date.
With 2 weeks to prepare for the type quarterback who had just burnt you
With the
crisp.
playoffs, with the playoffs at stake.
Crisp against a quarterback who destroyed you last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
You remember the numbers, Hobbs? You're a stat guy. You remember the numbers?
No, but it.
8 touchdowns.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I knew the 8 touchdowns.
340 yards rushing
Rushing.
for Jalen Milroe over 2 games against LSU.
This is getting back.
That's
into
mind-boggling.
the
That's
game.
crazy, Rick. That's
you
crazy.
know, the crazy thing is, it's a big but. Other than his running, LSU defense did a good job, particularly first and second down. He only threw for 106. Now, didn't really have to.
He didn't have to throw it.
Alabama's running backs, they didn't do a whole lot. The little freshman,
You kept him in check.
17-year-old freshman, I think
Yeah,
he
you
had 2
kept him in
catches.
He had a
Yeah.
couple of plays.
Yeah.
But this
Kept
one
him.
guy just destroys
One
you.
guy.
One guy.
One guy.
How do you
not
explain?
stop one
How do
guy?
you explain?
You don't
How
have
do you
the
explain?
people. You don't have the people, Rick. You don't have the personnel. This would have been a perfect game for a guy like Perkins. If
Yeah.
Perkins
No,
would have been playing,
so-
Perkins could have been the guy that probably could have limited him to what he did.
Good word.
Because we didn't have
Not gonna
the
stop him.
personnel. Rick,
Not
you're
gonna
not gonna
stop
stop
him.
him.
He
Rick,
played last
we didn't
year.
have the personnel, but we didn't have the personnel to scheme this guy, and he just took over. Rick, when Alabama was 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, you knew they were gonna make it.
Just run. He hit.
You knew they were gonna
Scooter,
make
he had a
it.
15-yard
10
average.
of 13.
15-yard average.
15-yard
You
average.
knew they were gonna make it. And let me tell you, the backbreaker guy, for any defense guys, I played that position. What kills me, the defense makes a stop 4th and come off. then the offense comes back the very next
my God.
play.
That might have been the key play of the game.
That'll make the defense want to go over and whip somebody on the offensive side. That's how it feels.
Yeah, it wasn't complimentary football
That's
at all.
That might have been the whole turning point of the game right there.
That's how it
Nussmeier's
feels,
fumble,
man.
which was
Yeah.
just as much the center's fault
Yes.
as Nussmeier.
Yeah.
That was the biggest
Yeah.
Ole block you've ever seen. He didn't even do that. All he
get
did
that.
was point.
let him
I
go
get
in.
that, Scooter, but you know
Let
what
him go
even
in.
more so? That Nuss has to take responsibility for? What did they say on ESPN? Why didn't he have the ball with two hands? He had it with one.
He was shifting.
He had
He
it
was
with one.
shifting
Yeah, Kelly-
into the hands of
As a
Ron.
quarterback,
Kelly.
you got to be taught that, man. Don't leave the pocket with the ball with one hand. Don't do it.
All right.
Kelly jumped on it a little bit after the game
let me,
on that, too.
Let me get into a quick dissertation because I started looking at this. Look, in years past, we know what LSU has produced of elite defenders. We're going to talk about the defense. Keep in mind, Guillory, gone for the year. Perkins, gone for the year. Their
Yeah.
two best defenders, gone, okay?
Guillory's
You
coming
needed them
back.
dudes.
We know that.
Good-
We
good-
don't
good
know
news for
about
them.
Perkins.
Man, they
So
didn't have
this
them
is a
dogs.
defense with maybe two guys with NFL aspirations, Alexander and Swinson. That's about it. All I can come up with. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
you're
guys
probably right.
eligible.
You're probably right,
Eligible
Rick.
for
You're
NFL
talking about
draft.
for this year.
For this
Okay.
year.
You're probably right,
So
Rick, yeah.
they are deplete of elite
They are.
talent.
And Rick, you know, Rick,
That is all.
Compared to-
that's it. That is
Years
suddenly, the first 6 whatever weeks of the season. Never heard anything about that. Now all of a sudden, you get your butt beat by Alabama, and the narrative is they don't have any talent.
But they should have lost against South
but
Carolina.
Scooter,
But Sellers
yeah.
went down.
They did.
And they did well against Ole Miss. I give them credit for that. It was a great win. The defense
A lot of
played.
people say Ole Miss is really the best team in the SEC.
Ole Miss is good.
Ole Miss
I don't
in
know-
Texas.
I
I'm
don't
right
know.
up there with you.
We
I'm right up
must
there
have
with
played
you.
one of our best games against them. I'll say that, and
Yes,
thank
they
you
did.
for that. But my point is this, Rick. When you go back to it, the coaching staff there at LSU has got to take a long, hard look. If you're going to run certain schemes, do you have the people to run those schemes?
So you're saying
you have the people
you're
to
saying
run those
DC
schemes?
Blake Baker is not. I repeat,
Blake Baker's a good coach.
You're saying he's not getting enough out of the players he has.
He's a good coach. I mean, he made a difference. Believe me. When he came there, that defense
It
changed.
improved.
He
It
did.
improved.
But Rick, what I'm saying is, some of the schemes they're running, like this blitz, Rick, that they was going to run with Weeks, he couldn't even get off the line. Why are you going to run it?
Okay.
Why are you going to run it? Like, don't run it
All right,
because he's not the guy that can get
I
that
see
gap.
we're running out of time. And all of a sudden, the narrative changed. If you want Brian Kelly fired,
That ain't happening, Scooter. Come on, why are we even talking
you got to
about
come up with $60 million.
68 to be
That
exact.
Email LSU
68.
doesn't have that in
No,
couch cushion.
we're not even talking about that, Scooter. But you
No,
know one thing that
hopefully
bothers
not.
me, Rick?
Hopefully not.
This is what bothers me. Why would you sign a guy to a 10-year deal? Why would you do
Well,
that?
I've never understood
Why would
that.
you do
But they
that?
all do it.
It is.
Monkey see, monkey do.
it is a Major League
And
Baseball
the
foul deal.
agents play one off against
They
another. And if you're not paying your guy a 10-year deal, you're not trying.
We know who
I'm
the
telling
advantage
you,
is for.
As we
know
go to
that.
break, I'm telling you, they got to sign Bryce Underwood.
They better sign
because
him.
if he
That
flees
collective
and
better
he
get together.
decommits,
That collective better
out
get
the
together soon.
door. That number one cornerback and that number
Everybody's
one running back
leaving.
out
Everybody,
the
Rick.
door. We're out the
Everybody.
door as well. Round 2 coming back. Stay there.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
What's bugging you? Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
He takes the handoff. It's a reverb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
SoundOff from Caesar Sportsbook. That would be Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Best
Remember,
place
you
in
come down to
town.
Caesar Sportsbook, the icon of sports gaming. Get that cash rewards card and sign up for the Caesar Sportsbook app. You get all the rewards and the promotions and the like. It's right here at Caesars Sportsbook, and that would be Horseshoe Casino in Lake
Yes.
Charles. All right. We're going to get to McNeese football. We're going to get to McNeese football.
Before we go, when we left, did I hear you say an LSU program that has won 3 national championships this century?
Yes.
Yeah.
The entire program rests on recruiting one player?
No, I didn't say that. See,
No,
that's
what you
where
said.
you from the
No,
media
no.
put words in. I said
that's the
no.
internet
I
that
said
does
they
that.
have to sign Bryce
They
Underwood.
do.
They have to get him committed.
they do.
Or
They do.
He is committed.
Yeah, he's
they got to keep it. Or some of those other members of that 225
look at-
class may
You
go.
want to be around
not
guys,
the program.
You want to be around guys that are as good as you to make sure that you got a chance to win that title.
But Scooter,
Because
you're I'm gonna point my finger at you. You are just not a huge believer. You have done this historically. You are not a huge believer in recruiting.
Well, I
you
know
don't
it.
think
No.
it's the lifeblood.
Well, I do know it's important. I just don't see it as a spectator sport. But
Well, it's turned into
So-
one.
and I don't think any one player.
One player, yeah. I think you're wrong. One player can do it.
Scooter,
I can tell
Scooter,
you one,
let me-
Joe Burrow.
let me-
but
let
that
me-
wasn't recruiting.
No.
Let me
Yeah.
let me say this. No,
it was a bit. Yeah, I think it was
see,
recruiting too.
But that's a good point.
Ed
that Scooter-
Orgeron had him down eating crawfish.
That's
Ed
a good
Orgeron
point that
sold him.
Scooter brought up. The 2 recent Heisman Trophy winners weren't recruited.
Exactly.
They're all recruited in
You
some
know what I'm
way or
saying, Rick.
They're
What
not
I'm-
high school recruiting.
Rick, what I'm saying is this.
Underwood's a high school
yes,
guy.
we have to sign these
It doesn't
kids.
matter.
But Rick, you've got to get in that portal and find kids that's going to fit those cracks that you got right now.
And you know what?
You got to do that.
And you know what? I think Brian Kelly and that staff, they've missed on a few,
They haven't done it in
especially
3
on
years, Rick.
defense.
They haven't done it in 3
especially
years,
on
Rick. I'm
defense.
sorry.
They've missed some
Rick,
portal guys.
You've got to understand, Rick. People want to win now. I mean, you got LSU fans wanting to jump off the Baton Rouge Bridge, man. I mean, it's that bad.
That's a high bridge.
And we know Kelly's not getting fired. But the sad thing about it is, man, can you show us that you want to make a difference in this program? You going next year will be your 4th year here at LSU. We've had some coaches that have won national championships in 3 years and in 4 years.
Right. It's a process.
Okay?
It's a process. Look, okay. We were talking during the break about Kelly's 10-year, $100 million deal. And I brought up the name of Lincoln Riley. Remember?
Yeah.
He went from Oklahoma to USC.
Yeah.
Riley didn't want to go anything to do with the SEC,
No,
and he
he-
went to
he
Southern
knew he
Cal.
was
Now he's in the
getting
Now
Big
you
Ten.
got to mess with the Big Ten.
And now he's messing with the Big
How's
Ten.
that working out?
Yeah. I think he got an equivalent deal from Southern
Oh, he
Cal.
did.
He did.
So
He did.
you're not hearing Lincoln. I mean, he's
did.
got a little fire on
mean,
his
that's the
seat
thing,
too,
but
because
it's like,
the Trojans are
you know,
in
Rick,
the abyss.
that's
Anyway,
just unbelievable,
we got off
man.
on a tangent. All right, we got McNeese football coming up in a little bit. I want to talk back to Cowboy basketball. I mean, they go to number 2 Alabama earlier in the week, and by the way, Monday night at the Legacy Center, they're back in play. Got a whole week off. Going to take on North Texas.
Yeah.
That's
6
going to
o'clock
be an
tip-off.
exciting night.
That'll be a good
That's
night.
a
All right.
good team.
Guys, they're down by 21. They rally back. They hold Alabama to no field goals for 9
did.
plus minutes.
They did.
And, you know, when you wrap that in and you wrap being down by 21 and you get a transfer like Parker going off and Breed going off and Shoemate doing
Rick.
his thing and Garcia in foul trouble on the bench, that was impressive. Have you changed your stance from Tuesday?
That was very encouraging.
I'm glad.
Now I get a very out of
I'm
it.
glad he's changed his stance.
Oh,
Rick.
my
I am
gosh.
so glad.
You know,
the number 2
Well,
team in the
it tells
country.
me McNeese is what we thought they were.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Which is good. Which is
a
very
deep,
good.
talented team, and
They
yes, earlier
should-
in the year.
They should skate through the Southern Conference.
Well, okay, you know,
Yeah, I
skate
mean,
is one. That's your word.
Can you
That's
imagine
your
what
word.
the Southern Conference is thinking after watching that game against Alabama? Huh?
What impressed me was this is Alabama. Going back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
It wasn't too big of a moment. It wasn't too big of a venue. They weren't, you know, shivering because
Gonzaga
it's
was
the
too
SEC.
Well, I
much.
will say this.
Gonzaga was just
Alabama's
too much.
better than Gonzaga.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
McNeese,
And they battled them to the end.
McNeese basketball gave Alabama a better game than LSU football did.
There you go. All righty. There you go. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I totally agree, Scooter. Totally agree. Okay.
You know,
Totally agree.
I sat down on press row at the Biblical College game watching them.
You actually went to that?
I did.
I wouldn't have
Guys,
fallen
I
for
came
that.
up with 3 different starting lineups
Really?
for McNeese.
Come on.
And
You're taking this way
well, no,
too
listen,
seriously.
hear me out.
I'm
I at
curious,
least
Rick.
came up with two
Will
different
Wade's
versions.
getting a nice paycheck to do
I know.
that, you know.
But what I'm saying is two different starting five versions for this team.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're interchangeable.
Wow.
The number 2 could be just as good as the
Rick.
number 1. The number 2, I mean,
Yeah.
that's how deep they are. And
You know
watch
what?
out for number 11, Copeland. He hadn't
He's gonna
hit
be
his
a player,
stride
man,
yet.
I'm
All right,
telling
let's
you.
get to Cowboy football. All right, it's Natchitoches. Saturday, it's Northwestern. They're 0-10, winning season.
Rick.
The Demons can be spoilers because if they beat them, the Cowboys aren't going to have a winning season
No.
because they still got to play Lamar. So there's
No.
a little
if they
bit.
beat them, the Cowboys might as well not come.
but-
Oh my
Rick,
gosh, here we go,
Rick,
not
for some-
coming back.
Rick, for some reason, Rick, I don't think they will. I think the Demons got a receiver that's 5'6".
So, you ever heard of Trendon Holiday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but okay. All right, guys. All right.
This
I don't, Rick,
again.
That should be a
Open
game.
date. 0-10
I
Northwestern
can't see McNeese
State.
losing to North. Rick, come on.
They should be. They're much healthier. They're healthiest they have been since Micah Davey went down against A&M.
Who's
Okay,
Can I ask you and Scooter a question? Who's Northwestern's quarterback?
I do not know.
I have no idea.
I do not know.
I don't know who the coach
I don't know.
is.
They hired a young
no
coach.
idea.
They hired a young coach.
I have no idea who the
I
quarterback
do
is,
know that.
man.
All right.
Wouldn't want to be.
Big game for the
man.
Cowboys. You got to win it. You got to. All right, look. It's hard to believe, but the Georgia Bulldogs, all right, could, with another loss, could be out of the CFB playoff picture.
Yep.
This is the Georgia
But-
Bulldogs. They got Tennessee coming into
Who were
Athens this week.
basically conceded the SEC championship this year. You want to know
Yeah.
something crazy? It's my column tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not that far-fetched. The SEC
You're
could
gonna say
have
exactly what I've been saying.
an 8-way tie for first place.
You did the math?
I did.
8-way?
Smarter
With two
people
losses,
than
Rick.
me did.
With two
Wow.
losses, Rick.
Wow.
With 2 losses.
All of them 6-2.
Yeah.
I just thought of this.
Yeah.
I've been following this.
With 2 losses. Rick.
Georgia, all along, has the number 1 strongest schedule in the country. I mean,
Yeah.
the toughest schedule, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they lose. Let's say they get to a 3rd loss. Could they make a case that they might slip in?
Rick, how could you not make a
I know.
case?
How
I
can
mean,
their schedule
how
be
could you
judged tougher than Florida's?
Somehow it is.
No, I
Florida's
think Georgia,
tough too.
Georgia
I'll give you
been
that.
playing some people, Scooter.
I'll give you that.
They've been
I'm
playing some
going to
people,
throw
man.
that out there.
But
I'm
you
just
got,
throw
but
that
Rick,
out
you got a
there.
point, and the head-to-heads are what's going to count as huge
committee.
factors also, man.
The committee. We'll up against the clock. We're coming right back. Stay right there.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
All right, for a great night out, it's Horseshoe Lake Charles, wrapped around
I agree.
Caesars Sportsbook. All right, the newest and most spacious gaming floor in Southwest Louisiana. Bruce Brothers, what's going on Friday night? Do y'all remember? Mike singing
Karaoke.
night.
Karaoke,
Karaoke night at Bruce
Kevin
Brothers
and I
right
aren't
next door.
allowed in
We
here.
aren't.
Do not.
We
I'd
are
love
not
to hear
allowed
you
to be
sing
in here.
something.
I
Can you
could-
do a
I
little
could
Earth,
find-
Wind, and Fire right
Oh,
now?
yeah.
I'm sure you could.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday night,
It would
live
take up
bands
the
on
whole
stage at
segment, too.
Bruce Brothers. And of course, luxury dining is at Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse, right
Gordon
under
Ramsay.
one roof. That would be Horseshoe Lake
That's
Charles.
the
Great night
restaurant.
out for the weekend
That
for
is
the,
the restaurant,
for the missus
yeah.
or just friends. All right. Past interim head football coaches for the New Orleans Saints. We talked about it earlier in the week. I think history proves that they always win their first game. Darren Rizzi comes out and get them sparked up. They won their first game against Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about this. Think about where this franchise in the city is. You fire your head coach. You got the brown bags coming back. You got all this hype after 2-0 start. Remember
We thought
what
they was
was
going
it?
to the
It
Super
was
Bowl, really.
06, the first game back in the Dome after Katrina and the tragedy.
Yeah, it was the Falcons.
Against the Atlanta Falcons
Yeah.
with the Gleason block
Yeah.
and all.
There's a
Better
statue
days
out
ahead.
there
Yeah.
of it now.
Darren Rizzi, I know it's not the same, but it's similar.
He won't be the head coach. Rick.
No, I'm just saying the
won't.
Well,
game.
let's talk about
He
that.
I'm
will
just a
be.
game.
Let's
He's
talk
the guy
about
that's
that.
filling
I just
that
find it
space.
ironic.
He's the guy that's filling that space.
Filling
Let's
the-
Doing a
talk
good job.
about that, though. and I'm not jumping ahead of the game here. I do want to, let's see how this goes after the newness wears off.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But should the man at least be allowed to audition for the job?
Oh, of course.
Should he be, if,
No doubt,
if
Scooter.
let's say he has
No
a
doubt.
winning record on his watch,
He should.
would he be under consideration?
Yeah, Scooter, why not?
I mean, I like what I see so
yeah, why
far.
not, Scooter?
No, he'll be considered.
But you don't know what's out there in the process of you considering him. You don't know what may be out there.
Oh, there's a
You've
lot
got
out
a lot of coordinators, Rick, that's out there that's pretty damn good coaches, okay?
You know who's also sitting out there? We
Okay,
didn't mention it
that's
last
pretty
week
good
on my
coaches.
little list of candidates. Is Mike Vrabel? Remember him?
Yeah, I remember Mike,
from
yeah.
the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I remember
He
Mike,
didn't
yeah.
get a call
But
when he
Rick,
got
look,
fired. You
Rick,
got a lot of good coaches
Rick,
out
you got
there.
some
that-
up and coming
Yeah.
coordinators,
What-
man, that's
yeah.
doing a
What
heck
did
of
the
a job,
Titans
man.
ever do?
Vrabel had him going in the right direction. He just didn't have a quarterback.
Rick,
I mean,
you just need to
Tannehill wasn't
find-
the man.
If I'm going to interview anybody, if I'm a GM and if I'm interviewing a coach, you know what I want to interview first? How well can he connect with my players? I don't want the X's and O's. That can be a factor. You can hire coaches within that to help you with that. I want to know, can you connect with my players?
Okay.
That should be the number one thing
All right,
to hire
let's talk
a head
about
coach.
general manager Mickey Loomis. All right, he made a move.
number one thing.
After our show production last week, Marshawn Lattimore traded to the Washington Commanders.
How do you get rid of your best corner, Rick?
I tell you why.
Come
All
on,
right?
Rick.
He's got injury issues now.
I'm-
He's got hamstring
Ah,
injuries.
Rick.
And
what is the position
need-
we have the most problems with,
you
Rick?
need-
What is the one position we
Alontae
have the most
Taylor,
problems with?
Well, you
Taylor will be just
You
fine.
just announced to the world that the Saints are ready for a fire sale. Didn't you?
I don't know if it's a fire sale, but it's strategic accumulation of draft picks.
yeah,
You get
yeah.
a 3, you get a 4, and you get a 6. You send
Yeah.
Lattimore off. He had the best contract to trade, and he's got
did.
hamstring
It
problems.
was
I don't have a
work. It was
problem
work.
with it. I said
Yeah.
it a year ago.
Well, I mean,
I said it a year ago.
I don't like it.
I'm not thrilled.
But it's the reality.
He's a great
it's
cover.
fact
It's a
of
reality.
NFL
He was,
It's
the
a
life.
best corner, he was the best corner we had, Rick.
Speaking of hammies, I have never heard this. Dak Prescott out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Part of the hamstring tore
I don't know
away
what
from the
that's-
bone?
What is that about? I've never
heard of that. That is some
Tear
serious
away from the
surgery
bone.
for
I
a
mean, when
hamstring.
you saw when he threw the ball, did it seem that
I don't
bad?
know, man.
It
I
didn't
don't
seem like
know.
it was that bad when he threw. He just kind of limped for a minute there, but to tear away from the bone?
The Dallas Cowboys may be in the deeper doo-doo and the abyss than the New Orleans Saints.
No
I'm
kidding.
serious.
Let me tell you something.
Cooper Rush and Trey Lance at quarterback? I don't know, man.
Rick,
Derek Carr.
So do you like the Dion rumors?
All right, so
That
Rex
is never-
Ryan.
Do you really, really think Jerry Jones would allow a publicity magnet like Deion Sanders to be his coach?
To take his
and
fame
take
away from
his-
him. Take his spotlight, Scooter.
I'll counter, though.
No.
What?
I'll counter. Jerry Jones, I don't believe that Jerry Jones is totally all in to winning with this team. What he likes
What do you mean
is
win?
making
Now,
money,
explain that.
and he
What do you
likes
mean?
his Dallas Cowboys to be the center. He
no.
likes them to be always in the
He won't,
conversation.
yeah, but
Wait.
they got to win to do that.
If you don't
Not
win,
necessarily.
Rick,
You
you
don't
don't
win,
win,
not
Rick, you're not in the
necessarily.
spotlight,
No,
Rick.
Jerry Jones' ego has to
If
win.
you don't win, Rick, you're not in the spotlight. You got to win to be in the spotlight, Rick. Look, Jerry Jones, he's made some mistakes this past
He
year.
brought in
We're
Bill
talking-
Parcells, did he
Yesterday-
not? Bill Parcells is one of the
How-
biggest
how long
names.
did that last?
It didn't last very long.
Look,
Yesterday was a new one, though.
What?
When he's getting raked over the coals.
Who?
'cause
That'd be Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because his stadium, you can't see for the sun. A receiver lost the ball in the sun.
I didn't
and
hear
those-
that.
Oh, you didn't hear
I
about
heard
that?
about this.
really?
Yeah.
I
You know, it's one of
one of
those,
those
with
things,
the
yeah.
with the glass.
Yeah.
And Jerry had to explain, well, we know where the sun's going to be, and we take that into consideration on the coin flip and all that. You didn't see that? I mean, and really, the guy's wide open, and he's
And
like
the
this,
sun, and the sun.
and the
It
ball
can
just
happen.
goes right by
It can
him.
happen.
He lost it in the
Yeah,
sun.
it can happen. Look, the prime situation with Colorado, no, I don't think, because Sanders has no NFL coaching experience at all.
No.
At all. And Shador Sanders, maybe Jerry could be thinking a package deal. Shador Sanders has never been coached by anybody other than his dad. Can you imagine the storyline of Sanders goes to Dallas and they draft Shador Sanders as the new Dallas quarterback?
Well, Jerry Jones already said he wanted
Unbelievable.
him. Jerry Jones already said he wanted him.
Well, he also said at one time he wanted the guy from A&M. What was his name? Your favorite guy. All of a sudden his name is slipping me. The Aggies quarterback. What was his name?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. Whoa, would have that
Johnny
been a
Manziel.
travesty?
Johnny
We're up
Manziel,
against
yeah.
the clock. More of the show when
You
we
had
come
to bring
back to
that up,
Caesars
Rick.
Sportsbook.
He takes the handoff. It's a reverb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Caesars Sportsbook. Boy, we've had some great shows this week.
Yes, we
All
have.
right, drama out of Baton Rouge with the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. If there's anything going to be drama with high school
Will they even
sports, it
play
would be
this
in
year?
Louisiana.
Will they even play this year?
All right, so
they even
University
play?
High, I'm really shortening the story. A powerhouse, right? In
Yeah.
what, 3A? Ineligible players, 7 games forfeited.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in. They file a suit
Yeah.
in Baton Rouge saying, no, you can't do
You
that.
can't do
They
that.
weren't ineligible. All of a sudden, the association is going to hold up the whole playoff
They
bracket.
can't do nothing until it settles, Rick.
So they decided to go ahead and give those games back to University
I wonder
High
why.
to keep the playoffs on schedule. But if a hearing comes out and says, no, U High,
that you
you're
weren't
guilty,
ineligible.
you're out of the playoffs.
That's crazy,
See,
Rick.
you're high, you know it's on the LSU campus.
It's on the
Crazy.
campus.
So it made up for LSU's big loss. They won
Stop
8
it,
games.
Scooter. Stop it. Stop
Anyway,
it, Scooter.
there always seems to be drama, it seems like, when it comes to high school athletics and the Louisiana High School Athletic Association. It just always,
It's always
I don't know, it's
something,
just
Rick.
crazy.
It's
All
just
right,
always something.
last week we promised you a new segment on the show called Get to Know the Wise Guys.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to share some secrets over the course of months. or
Everybody
whatever.
knows me. Everybody that watches the show knows me.
What's your net worth now, right about? Your net worth? 10 million? I'd like to know. Can you share a secret? All right. You're the only one on the panel that had an NFL contract. Okay, so here's the question.
Wish I had it back.
I know. You wish you were born 30 years
God,
later.
dog.
All right, here's the question, guys. All right, your favorite, now that we're in the holiday season,
Yes.
your favorite holiday and your least
I got it.
favorite
I
holiday.
got it.
And I will start
I
off.
got it.
I'll
I
get you
got
guys
it.
warmed
I
up.
got it.
Go quick, because it's
Finna
gonna
tell you
take
right
me a
now.
while.
My
What it
most
is.
favorite, obviously, because I'm just a sap
what
for
mine
Christmas
is. You know
songs.
what
It's
mine
Christmas.
is.
I'm just a
Always,
sap
man.
for the holidays. My least favorite is Halloween. It's devil food.
Rick, why you want to?
Devil
Rick,
food. I don't
Rick.
like costumes, and it's
Oh,
devil
Rick.
food. There you go.
Now wait, Rick.
In my
I've got to
business-
say,
be quiet.
God.
In my business, holidays turn into a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
the paper still
Grinch.
has to come
Has
out.
to come
here
out.
come Grinch.
It has to come out, and you got to do all this and still do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, depending on what day of the week, you know, you never know. what
Answer the
Christmas-
question.
Yeah, Scooter.
Can Mardi Gras count? Because usually
Never thought of Mardi Gras.
God,
That
dog.
would be your favorite, least favorite. You're gonna give him
I
10
know
seconds.
how-
I ain't gonna have it. Look, Rick, my best is gonna be Christmas. I'm a big kid on it. But Rick, I gotta contradict what you said because I took my grandbaby to your house for Halloween.
Yeah.
You had candy galore.
I did.
So I'm kind of confused.